Hey guys, I'm Lindsay Partridge, and on this week's vlog post, I'm sharing with you the NHA's Horse Agility and Obstacle Show. So here's a little look at Trivia Time, or as I call her, Mystique, doing the Thoroughbred class for horse agility. Horse agility is kind of like if you think dog agility, except for with horses. So basically leading your horse through different obstacles, but speed isn't as much of a factor here. Accuracy is important. So here's just a little look at some of the obstacles that we were doing for that. So there was the pedestal and the jump and a few different bridges. And then here I'm heading into a tarp obstacle, and you can see Mystique is sort of looking down at it, and we do a halt, but then I sort of over cue her so she backs up an extra step there. But that's okay, so I just take her forward again. And what I'm really looking for here is for my horses to be calm and relaxed and sort of thinking about what I'm doing with them. This is a figure eight obstacle, so the idea is that you send your horse through the figure eight rather than lead them through the figure eight. And so you can see she's doing that pretty nicely, understanding what I'm asking her to do there. And then this is coming into the backup obstacle. And this actually surprised me a lot because, I've done different backups with her and she doesn't normally give me any issue or trouble. And although I haven't practiced this recently, it just really surprised me and caught me off guard that she wasn't ready to be backing up. And she understands how to back up, she knows how to do that, but she wasn't so sure about taking her hind end going towards the arena wall and in between the space there. And for me, this just sort of helps emphasize the point that horses need to build confidence all the way around their bodies. And your horse might understand the cue to back up, but if they don't have the confidence to back up with whatever it is that's behind them, then they might resist embrace, which is basically what's going on here with her. So all I'm doing is just politely correcting. You can see I never sort of yank on the rope or get really assertive or aggressive with her. I'm just trying to keep her on the path of straightness, and you can't see it really in the video, but I sort of do little releases as she starts to get the answer right. And as she's thinking, like there you could see she was sort of trying, wasn't doing it perfectly, and then I didn't really have any pressure on her. So I try to think wait on her if she's giving it her best and try to clarify if I need to. So that was just sort of surprising and interesting with her. This is Pentland, a little look at towards the end of his backup. He did it really slowly. Pentland doesn't really do anything particularly fast. He's a bit more laid back and relaxed. So he did his backup a lot more confidently, slowly, but a lot more smoothly. He ended up getting first in this class, and Mystique ended up being third in this class. And then here's a little look at the jump. So we're supposed to sort of trot and go over it. And you can see I sort of shoo a little bit there, and he's just like, I'll just walk over it. So I didn't make a big deal about it. And then here coming into the little bridge. So he gets 3 feet on and misses his last foot there. So I could practice slowing down and making sure that he targets up with all 4 feet. And then we finished with the bear obstacle, where basically you had to put a giant teddy bear on your horse's back. Just something sort of different to do there. And obviously he doesn't care about that at all. Pentland's really great, really, really quiet. So, and here's a little look at some riding obstacles. So we did the finesse pattern, the thoroughbred class, and it's basically riding to have finesse through the obstacles, to have some accuracy. So here's a little look at the back up while under saddle. And you can see Mystique does this a lot smoother, a lot faster than she did the one on the ground, a lot more willingly. Although the difference, as you probably noticed, is that we got to walk in and then back out, which usually goes a lot easier. Then here's a little look at her jumping, which is very easy for her. And then coming into the pole turn obstacle. So this is a pretty tricky obstacle where you have to leave the bottom of the obstacle in the sand, try not to drag it at all, and then place it back down on the barrel. You can see she's got no problem with that. So little things when I'm watching myself ride, I think, oh, okay, so she's doing a lot of the things, she's being obedient, she's being pretty accurate, but she's pretty hollow in her posture. So what we're going to see as I progress over the next few weeks or even month or so is I'm going to start to try to ask her to be stretching more as she's doing all of these obstacles. This one here, we're actually just doing a halt and then moving forward again, which can be a little bit tricky for her when we've been practicing doing sideways. They start to anticipate and think, aren't we going to go sideways? So you can see she wasn't perfectly straight with that. So it's good to sometimes just halt halfway over the pole, sometimes back over the pole, sometimes sideways, sometimes just go forward. And then this moment here, I'm actually pretty proud of her for this because we got on and she just had 3 feet on, and I gave her a little gentle cue, and she ended up figuring it out and having all 4 feet. So I was pretty happy with that because that takes a little bit fine tuner communication. But all in all, they were great, champion and reserve in the thoroughbred division, and we're looking forward to the next one. Thanks, guys.